Hey everybody. I was live tonight, but Uncle Edwin wanted me to go back on after his show. So if anybody is still awake, just let me know. If anybody is in here, what's going on? Anybody here? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? It's 11 o'clock at night. Let me see. I know we were all just here before. I don't know if Uncle Edwin realized I did a live before he went on, and then we went out of my live and went over to his live. Is there anybody around? I hope this is working correctly. American Made, hey, how are you? Can you hear me pretty good? American Made, I was actually on live before. I don't even know if anybody's going to come in tonight because actually I was on before Edwin came on. And then once I found out Edwin was on, I shut my show down and we all moved over to Edwin's show. So I don't think anybody's really going to come back in because we were all here before Edwin's show. How are you doing? I hear your channel's doing very well. I have to stop in and I have to check it out. Hey, how are you? Is that supposed to be Jimmy's Yayo guy? I think, because I see, or is it Emmy's? Okay. Hi, GDM. Hi, she's saying hi, TeeTee. Missed your earlier show. Back on so soon? Question mark. You must really love doing live chats. Well, GDM, what happened was I was on earlier and we were, I was doing my live show and Uncle Edwin was supposed to come on around 9 o'clock. And then when I looked in his chat, when I went on about, it was like 9:05 or something, and he said he wasn't going to be on until 10:30. So I figured I would go on. And when I went on, then everybody in the chat was saying, I said, let me know when, Uncle Edwin comes on because I don't want to interfere with that. So what we did was we left my chat and then we went over to Uncle Edwin's chat. And while I was on Uncle Edwin's chat, right before he closed it out, he said, everybody go over to TeeTee Rad. I don't think he realized I was already on before. So that's okay. So that's why I'm back on again. Crazy. Mike F, wow, you wasted no time. I know. He's sending everybody over here. I don't think he realized I was on before, but that's okay. That's no problem. Hi, Chris Truck, Arms Distance, Tommy 2274. Yeah, this is your first time on my live. I've only done, this is my third one. Carol, she's one of my wrenches, and Mike F, he's another one of my wrenches, because I didn't even know how many lives I've done already, and they said, you've done 3. So I was like, okay, that's the third one. So now this is the fourth one. You got the notification this time, Tommy. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in here. Arms Distance, how you doing again? And Tommy saying hi. Tommy2274 is saying hi to Arms Distance. Hey, Joey, how are you? Yeah, right, Joey. I'm back on again because Uncle Edwin told me to go back on, so I don't think he realized I was on before him, and then we all left and went into his show. But that's okay. That's no big deal. Chris Truck. Oh, Chris Truck. Chris Trock listens to what Uncle Edwin says. Uncle Edwin said, bring roses and candy, flowers and candy. And Chris Trock is bringing it. There it is. And yes, I love Edwin's shows because, Edwin brings a lot of positivity. And to me, that's extremely important because, there is enough going on in the world that's negative. So when we go on here and we do these lives, when Edwin does his live or Thindu does his live, and now that I'm doing them, I know for me, I want to stay as positive as I can because that's what we need. And that's why I love Uncle Edwin, because Edwin is always positive. And the other thing I love about Uncle Edwin is he tries to help everybody. So that is fantastic, and I respect him. I respect him as a person. I respect him as a man. And I respect him as a man of God. So to me, Edwin, oh, and listen, for those of you who are getting to know Edwin, he is really funny. Really, really funny. He has a wonderful, dry sense of humor. Absolutely. And he's very sincere, and that's what I love about him. So let me get back to this chat. Let's see. Who did I miss? I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Tommy2274 says, Edwin, the man with the master plan. I definitely agree with you, Tommy. I definitely do. And that's why, I will stick by Edwin because Edwin, he's positive, and I always said, if I ever go, I've been on here for a while, Tommy, 2247. I've been on here for a couple of years now with Tommy Stiggs and Thindu and Vito. And I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot. And, they both have been an inspiration to me, and they both believe in me. And, Thindu has been guiding me, and he has been, Thindu's my protector, but I learn a lot from him. And, I see what's good on YouTube and I see what isn't. And I don't want the stuff that isn't in my channel. So that's why I like to stick with guys like, Edwin and Thindu and Tommy. So, and Mikey. I love Mikey. Let me see. Where is Mikey? Okay. Oh, good. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. That's fantastic. There's Edwin. God bless all. Feeding cats, Mimo, and Alexandria. Edwin has two cats, Mimo and Alexandria, and you could see his cats on his community page. He posts them, and also in his shorts. Joey's blessing Edwin. Mikey saying hi to Edwin. Hey, Adam, how are you? I'm glad you came back in. And I don't know, Adam, were you in my chat before? I think you were, right? Yes, you were. And then we left and went over to Edwin's. That's right. I hope you're having a great night, Adam. Let me see who else is in here. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people may have gone to, just want to veg out. GDM says, at Adam, I grew up not far from Ruts and remember how great the hot dogs were. What did you think? I didn't watch Todd's show yet. I guess GDM and Adam, you're talking about Ruts Hut. They had fantastic, fantastic hot dogs. They were very, very good. Very good. Excellent hot dogs. Excellent. So I thought I really enjoyed Edwin's show tonight. So encouraging, and that's what we all need. We all need that. And Edwin's correct about customer service. I mean, I was in customer service at one point in my life. I had my own business. My late husband, and I started it, and I had my own business. And customer service is very important. I definitely agree with Edwin. I definitely agree with him 100%. You have to treat the customer right if you want the customer to come back. And as a salesperson, that's what I would always strive for. I would strive for, okay, you're walking into my store. I am going to treat you with respect. You're spending your hard-earned money. I'm going to respect you, and I'm going to be humble, and I'm going to be happy and proud that you came into my store. So I will treat you right. I will do the best I can for you, the better than the best I can for you, and with the hopes that you will come back. So I agree with Edwin 100% on sales. It's not an easy job, but okay, Chris Truck, please forgive me. I am not feeling well. I have the sniffles, so I'm going to lay down for a bit. And good night, everyone. Chris, thank you so much. You were in here earlier too, and I hope you feel better. And let me know tomorrow if I see you in a live chat. Let me know how you're feeling if I forget to ask you for some reason. But I hope you feel better. Arms Distance says, I love them. Could probably eat 3 dozen. Now, wait, Arms Distance, are you talking about? Oh, raw clams. Okay. Adam, do you eat? For a second, I thought you were talking about hot dogs. I was going to say, oh my God, because we were just talking about hot dogs. And yeah, raw clams are great. Raw clams are great. Mike F. Chris, get better soon. Mikey, Chris, get some sleep, feel better. And Adam, Arms Royal Clams by the bushel. Yeah. I love clams on the half shell. They used to have, where I grew up in Essex County, Belleville, New Jersey, which actually Tommy and I grew up in the same, in the same area. Then we actually lived on the same block. Okay, Chris, thank you. Definitely keep me updated. God bless you, honey. And there used to be a feast, every year on a street. It was called Heckle Street. And they would have a feast, they would have the Blessed Mother and, or, the saints, and they would march them down the street, and they would have this big festival with all this Italian food. And they used to have, the clams and everything. And oh my God, my mother said to me, why don't you try one? I was young. I was really, really young. And the first time I tried it, I didn't like it. And then she said, okay, let's put a little lemon on it. And then she actually I think she put ketchup on it for me instead of like the hot sauce. And then I liked it. So that's how I started. I started eating that. And they say that you should not eat seafood, like clams and stuff like that, anything in the shell, and drink vodka. I believe there's something with that. I remember somebody telling me that years ago. You can get very sick. So, clams and like oysters and stuff like that, do not eat those and drink vodka. You can become ill. Now, I don't know if that's true. I've heard that a long time ago. I guess I'll have to look it up on Google. Who had Google back then? Nobody. But I'll have to look it up on Google and see, Maine is full of clam diggers. Yep. I love Maine. Maine is beautiful. Maine is really, really beautiful. So we have to hope that Chris Trock is going to feel better. A lot of vitamin C, Chris Trock. A lot of vitamin C. And sleep. That's exactly what you need. GDM, are you still here? How's Timmy doing? If you're still here, can you let me know how Timmy is doing? Give me an update. I would appreciate that. Yes, I mean, yes, it is. I love Maine. I used to go when I was married to my late husband. We would go every year, myself, my mother-in-law, her husband at the time, and because she was remarried, she divorced my father-in-law, and we would go every year, and we would go up that way, and we would go antiquing. That was a very long time ago. Okay, GDM, Tommy 2274. Timmy Doggy is on a special diet now, Fresh Pet, along with baked chicken. He eats better than we do. We cook him Purdue boneless chicken breast just about every day. That's fantastic. That's fantastic, GDM. Yeah, because little Timmy, he's not feeling so good. So GDM, she has her hands full, but she takes extremely well care of Timmy the dog. She really, really does. She gives her life to that dog. So I really love her for that. I really, really do. And I love Timmy. He's adorable. Arms distance, TT. I think raw clams with vodka could give you stones. That's what I was always told. Yeah, something, right? I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember what it was. Vodka and, something, any kind of seafood on the shell. Yeah. So I guess you're right, arms distance. Something like that. I knew it was something. Now, what is Emmy saying? I live in Eastern Maine. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We stood at this hotel. Now, I can't remember, Emmy's, what if it was in Maine or if it was in Vermont. My husband, my mother-in-law, and her husband, and myself, we stayed there. It was called the Equinox. I don't know if that will ring a bell. If I can't remember if it was in Maine or Vermont, because this was so many years ago. So I have no idea if it was Maine or Vermont, but it was called the Equinox. That's all I remember. And they told me that Barbara Streisand stayed there. So immediately I wanted to stay there because I love Barbara Streisand. But not in Maine? Okay. Maybe it's in Vermont. I have to just Google it, just like everything else. Google everything. But it was called the Equinox, and we did stay there for, I think, 2 nights. So I'll have to look. But let me see. What do I have here? Adam. I love oh, Mike F is saying Vermont, TT. Okay, thank you, Mike F. Yeah, see, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. A lot of great memories I had there. I was really just happy to be there. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful in Vermont and Maine and New Hampshire. I just loved it. But thank you, Mike, for answering that question. Yes, it was called the Equinox. And if I remember, I mean, we're talking a long time ago, Mike. If I remember, it had, I think it had like big pillars in the front. And for some reason, I want to say it was like a pale green color. I can't really remember, but I remember pillars or something. And I think the name was in black, like it said the Equinox and these big gigantic. For some reason that's coming into my head. I could be wrong, but okay, let's see. Tommy2274 is saying GDM. I was just curious because I'm going to do the same with my next dog. I always fed my dogs growing up a higher grade of kibble, but they always got spoiled with table scraps, steaks, etc. Okay, now GDM is saying we went to Manchester, Vermont a number of times. We stayed at the Equinox several times. So, GDM, okay, am I right? Do you remember, did it have pillars in the front? Because now I'm talking, I was there, I would have to say, let's see, I got married in 89. I think we went in 88 before we got married with my mother. Well, she would have been my future mother-in-law. And I think we went again in 1990. So that's how long ago it was. And I don't even have any pictures of it. I wish I did, so I could show my son hey, this is where your dad and I stayed and stuff like that. But I did take my son. He was a baby the second time because he was born in 1990. And we went in 91 and my son was already born. And we did go in 90 because I was pregnant. That's correct. We went in 90, but I was pregnant. And so I remember light green and pillars and big steps and a big porch. So I don't know, GDM, maybe you can help me out if you know exactly what it looks like, if you remember. Okay, Adam is saying, I just checked Google and it said kind of the opposite about clams and vodka. It says people drink vodka with clams because they think it will kill the bacteria in the clam, which is not true. Oh, okay, Adam. Yeah, I don't know. I like Arms Distance said too. I knew it was something, but you know, if that's what Google is saying. Okay, Mikey. Mikey is saying GDM. My sister changed her dog's diet and it was a night and day difference. Cooked chicken, sweet potatoes, and rice. The dog is 14 and always had digestive problems on expensive dog food. Not anymore. I believe that, Mikey. I think the homemade stuff, the chicken, the sweet potatoes, and the rice. Yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds healthier. Okay, Tommy2274. My father is buried around Gray, Maine, but I forgot the name of the town. It's a small private cemetery. Okay, Tommy. I'm sorry that your father passed. I don't know how long ago that was. It doesn't matter. I am still sorry. My condolences. Okay, GDM. Jack and I were there frequently, so yes, you are right. Pillars in the front. GDM, thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing that memory alive for me again. So I know that I'm right. You know what I mean? I remember that. And I just remember that walking up there into that hotel with my husband. So now I remember the pill. That's so good. My memory isn't really that shot then. And that's a nice memory for me. So thank you for helping me to visualize it more because you told me I am correct that there are pillars there. I really appreciate that. Okay, Mikey, Tommy, were you from Maine originally? Okay, Tommy2274 is saying, Mikey, that's awesome. My oldest living dog was my 18-year-old German Shepherd. Yeah, Tommy, German Shepherds are good dogs. My son eventually, you know, uh, when he moves and stuff like that, he said that he wants to get a German Shepherd. He wants to get a female German Shepherd. That's what he feels right now that he would like. Okay, Emmy is saying Tommy Gray is a town in Maine. Yep. Uh, Mike, no, Southington, Connecticut. Okay, Joey is saying, TT, have a good night. I'm glad I subbed to such a nice person. Channel, God bless. Joey, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming in here. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that you subbed to my channel. And it's nice seeing you in here. And on the other channels, I'm getting to know you. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Joey. Have a blessed evening. Okay, everybody, Joey's cashing out. GDM is saying at Mikey, I get that. Timmy is doing well on a lot of chicken and rice. Tommy2274 TT, thank you. I was 12. I'm 41 now. Yeah, I get that, Tommy. My son was actually 12 when my husband passed away. Yep. My husband passed away. My son was 12 years old and he's now 33. And actually what had happened was my father-in-law passed away September 24th, and 6 days later my husband passed away. It was horrible. It was just horrible. So my son lost you know those two men in his life that are very important, very instrumental. Very My son was at 12 years old is a very impressionable age, Tommy. So I feel for you because I know what my son went through. I watched my son go through it and tried to help him get through it as best as I could. Not easy. But God bless you, Tommy. Man, may your father rest in peace. Okay, let's see. King the dog lived for 21 years. Wow, 21 years. That's fantastic. Emmy, I'm surprised people have heard of it because usually I get people saying they never heard of it. Oh, okay, Tommy, you're talking about okay, I got you. I see what you're talking about. Okay, arm's distance is cashing the ticket out. I'm going to hit the hay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much, arm's distance, for coming back in again. I really appreciate it. Arm's distance is cashing the ticket out. Adam, I'm working and have to step away for a few. Hope you are still here when I come back. Okay, Adam, we'll see what's going on. Adam's cashing his ticket out halfway. So maybe he will, when he comes back, maybe we'll still be here. Maybe we won't. We'll see what happens. Mike F. Good night, Joey. See you in a chat tomorrow. Emmy, I lived here for my whole life. Okay, that's in Maine. Mike F. Arms, good night. Catch you tomorrow. Mikey. All right, let's see what Mikey's saying here. I think this is about a dog. She was always constipated, overweight, lethargic. She spent too much on vet bills. Now she's energetic, lost weight, and looks great. Meanwhile, the vet recommended the pricey dog food that got her sick. Of course, Mikey, that's what they always do. Okay. GDM. Emmy, wow, 21 years, that's wonderful. Tommy, 2274, TeeTee, sorry for your losses. Oh, thank you, Tommy. I really appreciate it. And for yours too. Always, God bless you, Tommy. Just remember, life has to go on. You have to just keep moving forward. It's tough, but you have to do it because your family, your dad would want you to be happy. Okay, Emmy, thank you. He was the best. Mikey, Tommy, wow, 21 years is a long time. Yeah. Emmy, that's crazy. Was he a big dog or small? Emmy says no vet ever. Emmy says a lab. Tommy said Mikey, that was Emmy, but mine lived 18 years. Right, yeah, okay. 21 years on that on Emmy's and 18 here. Mikey, Tommy, 18 years is long also for a German Shepherd. Yes, that is long. I know Dalmatians, I don't think Dalmatians live too long. And of course the bigger dogs like the Great Danes and stuff like that, their life expectancy unfortunately isn't as long as a smaller dog, you know. And if I'm wrong, somebody tell me because that's okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But and I know they say a lot of times too, it depends, but I mean mixed breeds, I forget what they say about mixed breeds. Do they live longer than pure breeds or no? I think they do, right? I think a mixed breed sometimes lives longer than a purebred dog, but I could be wrong. So somebody correct me. Let me know. GDM is saying, Mikey, I understand that. Timmy was on expensive kibble for years, didn't love it, and developed bladder stones. We try to do the best thing for our dogs, but never know for sure if we're right. Yeah, GDM, that's true. I mean, I had a dog. I think I told you about her. Her name was Cookie Ann, and she was actually a Dalmatian Jack Russell. I know, a very crazy combination. Um, but she developed diabetes. Unfortunately, she went blind and developed diabetes. And I had to take care of her and give her insulin and give her all different food and everything, But I did it. I did it for 3 years up until she passed, unfortunately. And I worked my life around what that animal needed. The animal needed her shots in the morning and at night. So I worked my life around that. I had to take her out when I took her outside. The vet gave me these strips, and when she would urinate, I would have to put the strip under it and get a reading, and that would base what I was going to give her for the amount of the insulin for the diabetes. And that was quite some time ago, so maybe I'm sure things are a little bit different now, but that's what I had to do for 3 years. But the dog, it's unbelievable. Even though she was pretty much totally blind, she really knew her way around the home, I was happy. She knew where she was, and and I rearranged my home a little bit. Not too much, but I moved a lot of things so she could walk around a little bit more freely and not bang into anything, not get nervous, things like that. But so GDM, we take care of our dogs, we take care of our pets. That's what good people do. That's what good people do. Okay, Emmy's saying mutts are the long. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I'm glad you told me that. Mikey's saying GDM exactly. Emmy's saying Great Danes around 7 years. Yeah, around 7 years, I guess. 7, 8, 9 years. Okay, Tommy2274 is saying Mikey, she didn't like staying indoors at all. So she had the whole, whoops, I'm sorry about that. So she had the whole 2-car garage to herself. Well, that's really nice. That's really nice. Mikey saying, Tommy, nice. Absolutely. Yeah, sugar levels. Yep. Yeah. I didn't know it. She wasn't, she was always exercised. She ate pretty decent. It wasn't like I was giving her really like junk food or anything. And but she just developed that, and she was a mix, and she was part Dalmatian, so I don't know what their issues are. I think they have I think Dalmatians might be prone to blindness. I think eyesight problems. I'm not really too sure. Okay, GDM is saying poor cookie, you did your best, TT. I totally understand. Our lives revolve around Timmy, so we have very little time to have a life. What else can we do? Right, exactly. Absolutely, exactly. And that's just the way it goes, you have to take care of your pets, and I get it. I get it, GDM, and yes, I do understand. We can relate. We can relate. Okay, so Mikey is saying garage gets cold in the winters and hot in the summers. Weird she like that. Okay, Tommy2274. Mikey, I'm still puzzled to this day, but she got out one night, but she was locked in at night, and we found her 2 weeks later with a basketball-sized tumor on her leg. Oh, that's horrible, Tommy. That's a shame. Poor thing. I don't like to see any animal suffer. My son and I, we love animals. I always have loved animals. And my son, he grew up loving animals, I guess because I did, and his dad loved animals too. And, but my son and I, we love squirrels. We love everything. When we go outside in the morning, or in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, we see squirrels. We give them a little something. We talk to them. It's crazy. My neighbors over here must think I'm nuts, but I could care less. Okay, Emmy, TT, I'm dropping my ticket. It was my pleasure. Okay, Emmy's cashing his ticket out. And Emmy, I really appreciate you coming on my show. Thank you for subbing, and it's really nice to see you in the other chats. I'm getting to know you too. So I am grateful. God bless you. And thank you so much for your participation in the chat, because that's really nice, because it keeps the chat going, and I appreciate it, and it keeps us all talking to each other. Thank you so much. Okay, Mikey is saying sorry to Tommy. Yeah. Okay, Tommy2274. They say that animals will run away so they don't hurt their owners when they're going to pass. Tommy, I've heard that more about cats than I've heard about dogs, but I have heard that about cats. I believe that's true. I believe that's true. Okay, Mikey's saying you had her for the best life for 18 years. Wonderful. Mike F is saying goodnight to Emmy. Emmy's saying you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you. GDM. Tommy, I'm sorry. These innocent creatures need us to do our best for them, but we can't control everything. That's right, GDM. We really can't. We really can't. That's why Mikey said if he ever hits, like, the big lottery, I guess like that, the Powerball or the Mega Millions, like that, that he's gonna open up. He's probably gonna up in like an upstate New York, go get a lot of property, and he said that he's going to open up like a sanctuary, for the animals, like a not necessarily. I don't know if I would call it a shelter. I think more like a sanctuary, because Mikey does things from his heart. So to me, I think a sanctuary is a nicer word than a shelter, because the animals are going to find peace and serenity there. If Mikey owns it and Mikey takes care of them, that's what's going to happen. The animals will find peace and serenity. They'll be well fed, they'll be taken care of, they'll be healthy, and they'll be happy. That's the kind of person Mikey is when it comes to animals. So it's a sanctuary. That's how I see it. Mikey may want to say a shelter, maybe, but I would see it as a sanctuary, because Mikey does everything from his heart when it comes to these animals. And let's see. Tommy2274. Mikey, I'm glad we were best friends with the vet, because it was 2 a.m. in the morning and he got up and went to do his business for it. Very nice. Very nice. Tommy2274. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Anytime. Mikey, Tommy, good friends for sure. Yeah. Mikey. That would be my passion to do that. Oh, Mikey said yes. I said sanctuary. Okay, Mikey, good. I'm glad you did. I'm glad. Sorry, I forgot that you said that. For some reason, I thought it was shelter, but you said sanctuary, and I believe that, because you think from your heart when it comes to these animals. Definitely. Tommy2274. Mikey, he would let me stay in the room during surgeries if I want it, but that's a no-no when it comes to the insurance. At least he told me that. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, Tommy. But boy, that's some friend. You know what I mean? The vet to let you stay in there. That was the worst part for me owning these animals, is when they pass away. Like, we were eating dinner, and one of the cats I rescued, oh God, her name was Cleo. Name was Cleo, Cleopatra, but we called her Cleo, because my son named her Cleopatra because it looked like she had eyeliner on her eyes. Her eyes were like a bluish green, like blue green. I don't know. They were a weird color. They were beautiful. And it looked like eyeliner on her eyes and by her nose. Like, everything was outlined. So anyway, we were eating dinner, sitting at the dining room table, and that when I had the house. And next thing you know, dinner's done. I go to get up, and there's Cleo next to me. She passed away right next. She just lay down and passed away. That was it. Now, see, she was hit by a car before, when she was at the shelter. Because she had like hardly any tail or anything. I said, "What happened to this little cat?" And she said, "Oh, she was hit by a car." So the people that originally adopted her, they took her. Obviously, they had her out. She was an outside cat, and she got hit by a car, and they brought her back. They didn't want her anymore. See, they gave up on her. Now, see, that's not right. To me, you don't do things like that. You're not a human being. Why? Because the cat got hurt. Now you don't want the responsibility of taking care of the cat. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not right. So the cat was brought back. Well, thank God I walked in, and the cat was there maybe a couple of days, and I took her. I took that cat home with me. I'm not going to leave that cat there. You want to know why? Because nobody would have adopted her, because she got hit by a car. And she walked a little bit funny. It was no big deal. But see how people are? They bring the animal back. They give up. Why? Because it's gonna take a little effort to take care of the animal. Come on. Anyway, but all right, let me get back to this chat. Oh my God, wait, did I just see? Hold on. Just chilling. Just chilling is in here. Hey, how you doing? Just chilling. I loved your video when you walk around where you live over there. I love that. I love when you do those lives and you walk around and you show us all the artwork and everything. That's really fantastic. Because you know what? Some people like me, I can't just get on a plane and say, "Oh, I'm going to go here or I'm going to go there," right? So when I see that, it's like I feel like, I mean, I've been to where you live before years and years ago in the past with my late husband. We were there. Um, but I haven't been there in a really long time. But I love when you do that because it's like a reminder, it's like a nice memories for me and stuff like that. And I like seeing all different things. I love that. I like seeing all different types of stuff and all that artwork. I love it. Absolutely love it. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you stopping in here. That means a lot to me, more than anything. Okay, Tommy2274 is saying, Mikey, that would be awesome. If I had the money, I would definitely open a sanctuary. Right, Tommy? I mean, me too. That's what I said. And I tell my best friend Teresa, I tell her that all the time, because sometimes like I said, I only play those lotteries when they're really really high, and I only play like $1, like $2 a ticket costs me. Like I'll play 1 or 2 tickets, so the chances of me hitting probably aren't that good, but if that's the way God wants it, it'll happen, right? But I always said that's what I would do. We were talking about that last night. That's something that I would do. And Mikey's right on board with that too. He's got the same idea. And I'm sure a lot of people do. A lot of good people have that idea. Hey, if I hit really big, I am going to take care of some animals. I am going to open up a sanctuary and I'm going to help these animals. I think that's great. So let me see what else is happening here. Mike F is saying hello to Just Chillin'. And Mikey's saying sorry, TeeTee. Yeah, right. I know, Mikey, about my cat. Yep. Mikey's saying exactly, TeeTee. That's when they need us the most. Right. 100%. Right, Mikey? And that you believe that person bought that cat back. They just gave up on the cat. Okay, Tommy2274. Mikey, he passed suddenly from cancer during COVID. My vet. Oh my God. His teacher that taught him in college was the original creator of the artificial hip. Wow. That's something. That's really something. Tommy, it's nice to have a good vet. I had a great vet when I had my house. He was like maybe 2 blocks away from. I could walk there. And he was fantastic. And he used to go to Trenton, New Jersey, the school there, and he used to teach. And when my one cat had gotten a tumor on the top of her neck, her name was Cher. She was a tortoiseshell cat, all those different colors. And he said to me, T, I'm going to take the cat to the school. Because he knew I had all of these animals. He knew. I couldn't help myself. I mean, if I saw a stray dog or anything like that and nobody claimed it, I would take the dog. I would take the cat. That's just what I've been doing that since I was a young kid. I would come home with things. I would even come, you're going to laugh, but I would even, and Mikey, listen to this. I would even come home with stray people, like older people. My mother used to say to me, "Who are you bringing in now?" I would find old people walking around, where I lived in Essex County, and I would say, "Come on, would you like to come in for, macaroni?" And I bring these people in, around older people from the neighborhood. I've always loved older people and animals, pets. Always loved them. And but that's just how I am. I can't help it. But anyway, so Tommy, what I was saying was my vet took Cher, the cat, to his where he taught at the school because he said to me, T, he said, This is going to cost you a lot of money if I do it here. Let me take a share to the school, and it's going to be less than half of the price. And that's what he used to do. If my cats needed surgery, my dog, anything, if he wanted to save me money because it was a bigger surgery, he would take them to the school. So he was good. It's nice to have a good vet. It really is nice. So I get that, Tommy. Okay. Tommy, it's hard finding a veterinarian that doesn't do it for the money. No kidding. If you know what I mean. I'm looking now just to have a vet if needed. Okay, GDM, Tommy, definitely. If I had the money, that's one of the things I would do. Take care of innocent creatures. They need us. 100%. Tommy2274 is saying, Mikey, I want to, but the dog is in my avatar was my last dog. His name was Nico, and he was a Cane Corso, aka Italian Mastiff. Wow. Tommy, that's some dog. That's some dog. They're big. They're really big dogs. God bless. William. Oh, okay. William is saying, have a good night, TeeTee. You too, William. Thank you so much for stopping in. God bless you, and I hope to see you again. And I hope you saw the little candle lighting on my community page for your sister. Thank you, William. Mikey saying goodnight to William. Mikey saying, Tommy, Nico looks strong. Okay, Tommy2274 is saying, my female cat is sucking on my mom's blanket right now while kneading. Yeah. You know what I used to call that? When my cat, well, actually, my mother-in-law used to call it when the cats would knead. She would say, oh, look, the cat's making pizza dough. You know, they're kneading pizza dough, you know? Okay. Mike F saying, William, have a good night also. Mikey is saying, great vet. He looked out for you. Yeah, Mikey, you're right. He really did look out for Tommy and his animals. That's really good. Okay, Tommy is saying, Mikey, I didn't have his ears cropped like they're supposed to be. I didn't want to put him through any more surgeries. Long story, but the breeder screwed me. I'll explain it to you one day. Okay, Tommy. Mikey is saying, exactly, Tommy. I don't like that look anyway. Yeah, I don't believe in that. I don't know. You know how years ago they would, crop, they do the ears, and they would also do the tail. I never understood that. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for the tail? Somebody help me. Mikey probably knows this. Mikey's like talking to Google. And Emmy was too. Emmy was in here. He was answering all these questions I had. But why did they do that why years ago did they do that to the tail? It was for dog fighting. Oh my God. That's hard. That's another subject, Mikey. Don't get me started on that. Well, the ears, yeah. Right, the ears, but the tail. Why would they cut the tail? Is that for the same reason? I cannot handle the dog fighting. The dog fighting, I just can't. You know when you go on YouTube and you look up things, right? So then something else will come up that's supposedly similar. And one time I was scrolling and I saw the thing with the pit bulls and stuff. Oh my God. Making them fight like that. That's a whole nother. So I don't even know if I want to touch on that because that sends me through the roof. That just sends me through the roof. That people would actually train their dogs to hurt each other. I don't understand this. I just don't understand this. I really don't. I really don't. Now, I just got a notification for something on my phone. Did anybody just hear that? Because I have to learn, I have to shut this off. Mikey says, not sure if it was also for health benefits, but I was told it was for dog fighting. Okay, Mikey. Okay, GDM. Good night, TeeTee and all. How nice to spend time with other kind people who love animals. It was a pleasure to chat with you all. Wishing all a peaceful, whoops, chat's moving quick. Wishing you all a peaceful sleep and a hopeful morning. Okay, GDM. GDM's cashing her ticket out. Thank you so much, GDM. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad because I know, we all love animals here, and it's nice to talk about animals. Even though some of us have lost our animals and different things, some of our animals are, they're not feeling well, but at least we can all talk about it, and it's nice. It's nice to talk to understanding people about things like that. So I'll see you tomorrow in somebody's chat, GDM. Have a great night. God bless you always. Okay, Mikey's saying scumbags do that. Yes, Mikey, I can't. I just cannot deal with that. Okay, Tommy2274. Well, for hunting dogs or sport dogs, they do the tail so that it's one less body part that can get injured while doing their job. It's hard to explain. Okay, Tommy2274. You know what? I do understand it. I understand. I understand the meaning behind that. Yes, I do. I can understand the reasoning. I don't like it. You know, um, that's just my feeling. I don't like it. I think that's I don't know. I just think it's wrong. But I understand why now that you explained that. Thank you very much, Tommy. I appreciate that. Mikey saying goodnight to GDM. Tommy saying goodnight to GDM. Mike F is saying goodnight to GDM. And Mikey saying gotcha, Tommy. Yeah. So, I was thinking about possibly getting another animal. I live in an apartment. I live in a small apartment. And my cat just passed away not too long ago, little over a year ago, right? So, but that was like the seventh cat that I've had. And I, you know, I don't know where my life is going to be taking me. In the next couple of years, I might be moving from here. I may be staying here. I really don't know. But you know what it is? I get so brokenhearted when they pass away. It really affects me. No matter, you think I would be used to this now, right? Because of all of these animals that I have rescued, all the animals I've had, it's that have lived with me, and you think I would be used to this. But all the years I've had dogs and then all the cats I've had, I'm not. When they pass away, a part of me dies. A part of me actually feels like it dies. And I can't stand that feeling. It's like a hole in my heart. It's like a hole in my heart. My heart just aches to no end. Like when Mr. Buttons, he was my cat, my last cat that I had, and my seventh cat. And when he passed away, it was unexpected. He had like a seizure. Like, who knew? You know what I mean? Who knew that this was going to happen? And like a stroke. Blood was coming out of his nose. I mean, I was, and at that time, I had broken my ankle. I was in a cast. I couldn't move fast. I couldn't do anything. My son had to leave here with him. My neighbor helped while my son was holding Mr. Buttons. We wrapped him in a towel, and I just hobbled over with my walker to the door, and I just looked at him and I just said, Buttons, I love you more than anything, and Grandma is so sorry. I am so, so sorry. And he just looked at me like he knew. He knew because he wasn't feeling good. He made this he yelled. He made like he cried, I can't explain it. And I'm starting to cry. It was heartbreaking, heartbreaking. Okay, and I just don't know if I could keep doing that. Because I am the type of person, I get very attached to my animals, extremely attached. So I kissed him goodbye and I just kept saying to him, Grandma is so sorry. I love you so much. And I kissed him, and he just gave me this look. Like, he looked at me, and I'll never forget it. And then when my son was sitting in the passenger seat, my neighbor rushed, my son and Mr. Buttons over to the vet. And my son had him in the towel, and I saw him. And I'll never forget it. He just looked at me. He was staring at me in the doorway and just was looking at me with this face. And he said, like he knew he wasn't coming back home. I was sick. I was sick to my stomach. I'm telling you, Mike, I can't. I can't stand it. I just can't stand that part of it. I cannot handle it. And that's why that's another reason why I don't know if I'm ready to get another animal, because it was so much heartbreak over all these years of falling in love with all of these animals and holding them and kissing them and feeding them and taking care of them and telling them you love them like they're your kids. I treated them like they were my children. And I never talked to my animals like they were animals. I talked to them like they were people. And it's crazy because they understood what the heck I was saying. It's amazing. So anyway, long and short of it is, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready for another animal. My son wants one, but I told him, I think it's best he gets one when he moves out, to get an animal and start over on his own with an animal. That's what I think. I can't handle it. I just cannot handle it. I mean, I've had dogs my whole life. Then I had cats the rest of half of my life, and a lot of them. I mean, I had a lot of animals, and it's too heartbreaking. Like I said, I just can't handle it. Okay, so I was ranting. Let me see what I missed here. I'm sorry. I just relived that whole thing with Mr. Buttons. I mean, it's as clear as day, still in my brain. It's still in the forefront of my mind. Okay, Mikey says sorry about your cat. Yep, okay. Um, Let me see. Mikey, it sucks when we lose them. They're our family, but if you can save a cat or a dog from a shelter, that would be the best option. Get another one when the time is right for you. Exactly. And that's where they all came from, except for, that's right, except for Cookie. Cookie Ann, my dog. She was the Dalmatian Jack Russell that I was speaking of. Except for her, she came from a so-called uh, pet store. Was in the town when I was living there. Was in the same town, and I went and got her from there. Now, God knows where she really came from. I don't know. I don't want to know, and I don't care. But she was mine. That's all that matters. Okay, Mike F. We will never get used to it, TT. No, I know, Mike. I lived through 4 dogs and 3 cats. See what I mean? This is what I'm saying. It's unbelievable. I have 1 cat left, and I don't think I could get another pet. This cat should be with me for another 10 years or so. Oh, I hope so. Mike F. God bless. I really, really do. All right, now let's see what Tommy2274 is saying. The family screwed my mom out of everything. They joined together and lied to her and took her name off the house while her mother was dying and the will. One big mess. I feel bad for my mom still. Oh boy. Well, Tommy, I don't know what's going on with that, but that does not sound like it's a very good situation. I'm very sorry about that. Very sorry for your mom. Okay, Tommy saying, TT, I agree with you. That must be about the animals, the pets. Tommy2274, I never saw that side of my family until it was too late. Yep, and all because right, exactly. Tony. Hi, Tony. How are you? How's it going, TT? Don't know if you remember me, but I was in my. Yes, I do. Absolutely, Tony. Thank you for stopping in here. I've been rattling on. We're talking about animals, about our pets and stuff like that. So I'm sorry I didn't get to you sooner, but I was just reliving when my cat passed away about a little over a year ago. So I was I was taken away by that in my head. So I was reliving that. So I'm glad that you came in. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. And I do absolutely remember you from Mikey's chat. Okay, Mikey. TT, you killed with that story. I'm very sorry. Cats have that way about them. My black cat is my son, so I understand. He's only 6 now, and I don't even know what want to think about him. Please, Mikey, I know. I can't. You're right, Mikey. You're right. You're right. Tommy saying, Mike F, I agree. Mikey saying, I cried when 2 of my ferals that died. Mikey, I know. When I used to have to bring that, and that's like the worst part. I mean, when you have to bring your animal to the vet to be put down, I get hysterical. I don't know, like maybe if the vet must think I'm crazy or something. Well, my vet, I know at the time, he knew how I was with animals. But like, maybe the secretary or something might be saying, look at this woman. What's wrong with her? This is just an animal. I'm hoping they don't think that way because they work there. They have to have compassion. And most people that work at animal places, veterinarian shelters, most of them are very compassionate people. I mean, I would think you would have to be, right? It's just like being a nurse in a hospital, or a doctor. Same thing. But yeah, so I understand that. Now wait, Mikey's saying I buried them in my backyard. Yeah, Mikey, I my one dog, Cookie Ann, I have her ashes. And my very first cat, Skip, I have his ashes. Um, but then I'm thinking all the other ones were either the vet just took them, but 2 I buried in my backyard. One cat was Sneaky when I had my house, Sneaky, and the other one was Cher. The other cat was Cher. I buried Cher in the backyard. So they're still in my backyard at my old house that I had. And, you know, I miss that. I miss them and I miss that place. They loved that house. They had such a good time there. They had a good life there. They really, really did. They all passed away. They all got along. They all passed away. I lived there long enough where, and you have to remember, I adopted. I saved these cats from the shelter. Some of them were older than they said they were. Like they'll say, oh, we think this cat's about 2 or 3, right? But really, like Cleo, the one that passed away while we were eating dinner, I think she already was almost 5 when I got her. I really, really do. But that's okay. I don't care. But anyway, all right, let me get back to this chat. They were both poisoned but couldn't. Oh, Mikey, yeah. I think I heard you talking about that on one of your lives. I think you said something about that. That's a shame, Mikey. That's sad. Mikey's saying hi to Tony. Tony's saying hi to Mikey. Tommy's saying Tommy2274 says Mikey, same here. I cried over. Yep, exactly. Bringing them to the vet, and when they get put down is for me. I can't handle it, but I do it. Well, I did it. I did it, and I went. And you got to suit up and you got to show up. You have to be there for your animals till the very end. Mikey, Tony is good people. Yes, Mikey. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, he told me he came from your chat, and I do remember him in your chat. I cried, but when. Oh, wait. I cried, but then I went to the neighbor and went off on him. He denied it. And Mikey, listen, if you have that feeling in your stomach that it was him, it probably was. You get that feeling, right? Like, he didn't like cats, yeah? Some of these vets are all about the money, no kidding. No kidding. Do you know when Buttons was suffering that day he had the stroke? Seizure, stroke, brain, the doctor actually said he more than likely he had like a brain tumor. Oh my god, but do you know I called a couple of vets before the one I called, right? The one that he actually went to, my son took him to. Do you know they were all they cared about was the money, Mikey? It's all they cared about. That is all they cared about. And I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money that they were asking for at that time, right? I think I had maybe, at the time this happened, I had maybe $100 and something in my account. That's it, right? Maybe $170. That was all. So I'm begging these vets, listen, I'm good for the money. Please I'll give you what I have. Please, he's not feeling good. Can you? They don't care, Mikey. They really don't care. They really don't care. It's a shame. It is a shame. Because I said, God doesn't like ugly. And when those vets do that, that's ugly. God doesn't like that because God created these animals. God created these animals and he created us to help take care of these animals and for the animals to take care of us because animals help us too. 100%. So anyway, thank God, got a hold of this other veterinarian and they did it for what I had. Exactly what I had. That's almost exactly what it costed me. But they try to scam you, Mikey. They don't care. They don't care that you're hysterical, that your cat or your dog is in pain. They don't care. They don't care. All they care is that's not enough money. That's not enough money. It's going to cost you this, and we can't work with. Sorry, you can't work with me. I said to the one lady on the phone, "Are you freaking kidding?" Because I don't really say things like that. I said to her, "Are you freaking kidding me? You're freaking kidding me, right?" And I just hung up the phone. Terrible. Terrible, Mikey. Terrible. Okay, Tony. I had so many pets over the years, it kills me when it's the end of their life. I don't know if I can do it again. It's too hard. I know. See, Tony? Tony feels the same way. It's very hard. It's very hard. Let me see. Tommy 2274, I would love to take those two cats in that Mikey feeds. Oh my God, yeah. Isn't that great, Tommy, that Mikey feeds those cats? I don't know how my two cats would act. Yeah, that's true. You just don't know. And those cats are they're pretty wild, they're pretty wild. They're feral, so okay, Mikey. The hardest part, Tony, but then again, so many animals in shelters that may get put down if nobody adopts them. I know, Mikey, you're right. If I had the space, I would empty out that. Mikey, I'm telling you, me too. I would too. Believe me when I tell you, Mikey. I agree with you 100%. I really, really do. I feel that, Mikey, in my heart. When you say that, I feel that, and I would so love to be able to do that. Tommy 2274, but another female took them on, and we took them as soon as they were eating hard food. Okay. Mikey, it was definitely him. Yeah, talking about the guy poisoning him. He had blood in the mouth, but no marks on his body. Oh my God. Mike F. Tony, I feel the same way. It was very hard on me. I would sleep on the floor with them their last week of life. I cried daily, knowing what was happening to them. I know, see? Mike F. Exactly, TeeTee, they adopt us, right, Mikey? Yeah, that's it. Tony saying those shelters are so sad. Some of them some of them, my dogs all have been saved on the street or some shelter. Yeah, see, that's it. That's it, Tony. That's right. I mean, I saved a dog. I came home and the dog was walking on my street. I said, "Come on, you want to go bye-bye?" Because she wasn't coming to me. But I opened my van door and I said, "Come on, would you like to go?" I had a van at the time. I said, "Would you like to go bye-bye?" That's how I got her in my car. Well, she was infested with, oh, I can't even say it. She just was horrible. Horrible. Somebody dumped her. She was already, my vet said, Tina, uh, she's already about 12 years old, maybe 13. Do you really want to take this on? This is going to cost this amount of money. And he said, "You do this all the time." I said, "Look, what do you want me to do? Just leave the dog." He said, "I know you can't. I know you just don't have it in you." So I said, "No." And then I called my mother-in-law. We were talking because she was an animal lover too. God rest her. She used to work for the shelters in upstate New York. She loved animals. And she said, "Well, what do we have to do?" And I said, "Well, this is what it is, blood work, all this stuff." Anyway, long and short of it, she was a Rottie Shepherd mix. What a great dog she turned out to be. Her hair all grew back, and she lived almost, I think it was about another 2.5 years I had her, and she was so happy. She was so happy because I gave her a life. Somebody dumped her. Somebody dumped her because I went around, because the way she looked, you could tell. I went around. She had a collar on, but it had nothing on it. No writing, on the collar or anything. So I went around the neighborhood. I went to the state police. I took her to the shelter. Now listen to this, because they said she could have a chip in her, right? So I take her to the shelter. I take her to Paul. Hold on one second. Paul, is that you? Hi, TeeTee, my angel. So sorry, um can't get reception for our live. Should hopefully be home tomorrow. Okay, Paul, I love you. God bless you. You and Kaiser be well. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Okay? All right, Paul. God bless you. That's Paul, everybody. He's a good friend of mine. Mostly of you all know Paul, right? And his dog Kaiser. If you don't, get to know him. He's a really nice man. Really, really nice man. Thank you, Paul. God bless you. So anyway, what was I saying? Hold on a second here. Oh yeah. So anyway, she had no information on her. Long and short of it is, they said take her to the shelter because she could have a chip in her. So I said, okay, I'll do that. This dog, when I brought her she was shaken like a leaf. She did not want to go into that shelter. And I said, "Oh, this dog's been, something's wrong. This dog's been abused. Something's not right." She was shaking and shaking and shaking. And then, when the summer came around, I give my other dog a bath outside because it's the summertime. So when I turned the hose on, this dog freaked out. Freaked out. And when it was lightning and, thundering and lightning, she was out of her mind. I thought she was going to jump through the door to try to get out of the house. So I don't know what happened to her, but eventually the work that we put in to get her better, the love that we gave her, we showed her, we gave to her, we would kiss her, we would hug her, we would pet her, and she was treated just like she's been in our family forever. That made her heal. The love that we gave her healed that dog. Her hair grew back. She got her personality back. She was happy. Her tail was wagging. She had a yard to play in, and she fell in love with, you got to remember something. I brought a Rottie Shepherd into my house that I knew nothing about. I had to bring her into the basement for the first week, because she was infested with stuff until I was able to get her to the vet and everything. And you had to also remember, I had to introduce her to 6 cats. I mean, 5 cats, rather, at the time. 5 cats. I had to introduce this dog to these 5 cats, and a guinea pig, and a bird, and another dog. So, it was work, but it was worth it, and it all worked out. And she had a great home. She had a great home. So these are the lengths we go to for these animals. At least I know I do, and obviously the people in this chat tonight would do the same thing. And that's all that matters. All right, let me see what I'm glad everybody is talking to everybody while I'm rattling on and everybody's keeping each other, engaged. I really appreciate that. Paul is saying, Mikey, hey bud. Mike F is saying, I'm well, Paul. Thanks. It must be breakfast time for you. Tommy2274, Mikey, I think that cat with the one eye definitely had good owners at one point because that eye looks like it was handled by a professional, unless you can see something different on your end. Let's hope so, right, Tommy? Let's hope so. Tony is saying, I had a beautiful Dalmatian dog for 10 years. I love that dog, miss him so much. Huge troublemaker, laugh out loud. That's okay, Tony. We just forgive them, right? We always forgive them. They're just they give us so much unconditional love. How can you get mad at an animal? I mean, really, you just can't. You have to be, now, I'm going to use this word. I'm not going to say like an educator. You have to be a nutbag to get mad at an animal. I know nutbag's not a bad word, but, usually I don't say things like that. Okay, Mikey, Tommy, the eye is completely gone, nothing there. He was fixed because they clipped the left ear. I agree. Someone had him because he comes close to me, but can't get something. Can't touch him. Okay. I would love to save him. I know, Mikey, you would. You'd love to save all the animals. Paul. Okay, Paul is saying, all my love, TT, and God bless you all. Thank you, Paul. Love you very much. Hug Kaiser for me. Now, Paul has a dog, and Kaiser, and this poor little dog suffers from seizures, and Paul takes care of this dog. Paul is another animal lover. He takes the time, to do what's right for Kaiser. God bless you, Paul. Mikey saying, Paul, God bless you also, yeah. Tommy2274, Tony, way back, my friend's Dalmatian used to smile while sticking out his tongue on command. That's cute. Okay. Tony is saying, sadly, I had to put him to sleep back in 2004 because of health problems, and it killed me. Believe me, Tony, we can all relate in this chat. Believe me when I tell you. Tommy2274, Mikey, I looked up how long to get to that place from here, and you were right, about 2.5 hours. Okay, I guess you're talking about where the one-eyed cat is, right? I call him one-eyed Willie. Remember that movie, oh my God, The Goonies. Remember The Goonies? And there was, they had that ship, and then when the kids went down on this ship, I think that's what they called the pirate, the skeleton that was in there. He had one eye, and I think they called him One-Eyed Willie. Okay, Mikey's saying, Tommy, the only problem is if you take him, the other cat wouldn't survive. Yep. They're a colony of 2. Sometimes a third comes for food. That's understandable. That's understandable. I agree with that, Mikey. I do. Tommy2274. When my dog in the picture was in the front seat of my brand new car, he was a puppy, and he jumped on my lap and my foot pushed the gas and I rear-ended someone. Oh my God. Tommy, I'm telling you, things happen, right? Thank God nobody really got hurt, though. Thank God you're okay and the animal's okay and everybody else is okay. But, yep, everybody, animals are the best. Animals are great. And like we always say, I know Mikey says it and I say it too. If I had a lot of money, I would definitely open up a sanctuary. And I'm sure Tommy 2274 would do the same thing. I think he said it before he would. Probably Tony would too. Probably all of us in this chat would. Mike F., I think we all would do something like that. Mikey's like unreal. Yep, right, Mikey? He pushed the gas pedal and rear-ended someone. Well, all right, guys. Well, what do you, oh, wait, Mikey's saying animals are better than humans. Yeah, Mikey, you know, I definitely tend to agree with that. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It really is the truth. You know, I don't know. I don't know why that is, but there's a reason for it. Animals are innocent. You know, animals are innocent. And they just look at you like, I mean, they exude love, right? They exude love. They exude warmth. They want you. Their animals actually are there to please their humans. Really, it's crazy. Like I believe some animals can become depressed if they feel like if they're not pleasing their owner. I don't know. Does that sound crazy? But I think that could happen. I really do. Okay, Tony's saying you got that right, Mikey. 1,000 times better. Yep. Tommy 2274, Mikey, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to do that, but I'm still thinking, excuse me, and I would take 2, but now you said there might be 3. That would be too many. Yeah, there's a possibility, right, Tommy? Mikey did say there could be 3, you know, and that is a lot. But I think there's just the 2. When Mikey goes to feed them, I always see that there's 2. Most of the time there's 2. But like Mikey said, the third one does pop out every so often, right? So must be a little family, you know, brothers and sisters. Who knows? You know, who knows? It's tough. It's tough to see stray animals. It really is. You know, it's really, really difficult. Mikey's saying, yeah, there is a gray and a white cat once in a while. Yeah. It's tough. Tough situation. Tough situation. So had and have, I think everyone that came in tonight is an animal lover. Every single person that came in this chat. We didn't have a lot of people, but I think we've all have owned pets or have pets now, and absolutely adore our animals and love them like they're our children and take very good care of them. So very, very good, compassionate people in this chat tonight. And I really do appreciate it. That means a lot to me. I love to see when there are people that actually care. And especially you men, you know, the men here. I mean, really, I admire you men and I respect you because you have no problem talking about how much you actually love your pets and what you would do for them and what you do for them and what you have done for them in the past. And that means a lot to me. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm nobody to you guys, but do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, what you're showing me is that you have compassion and you care. You know, and I think that's fantastic. I think that's just fantastic. That's what, you know, you are all true gentlemen. All true gentlemen. Muggsy, Muggsy. How are you, Muggsy? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Mike is saying hi to Muggsy. Mike F is saying hi to Muggsy, and Mikey is saying hi to Muggsy, I meant to say. And there's Tony saying hi to Muggsy. Tommy2274. I really enjoyed your chat, TT. Thank you. And I hope everyone has a great night. I'm not going to leave until everyone leaves, just saying. Okay, Tommy. Hey, no problem. Up, Tommy saying hi to Muggsy. And yeah, Muggsy's a very nice man too. I see him in a lot of chats. And that I go on, not that I'm just basically I go on Mikey's chat, I go on Thindu's chat, I go into Tommy's chat, not every day because I've been a little bit busy, but yeah, Tommy's the best, right? He is the best. He is one of the best here because look at him with these animals, Mikey, right? You're all gentlemen for, I mean, I really, God is going to bless you all. Absolutely 100%. For what you've done for your animals, what you are, for your animals you had in the past, for the animals you have now. Tommy2274, Muggsy loves his Chinese food. Really? Muggsy loves Chinese food? I like Chinese food. I do like Chinese food. It's really hard to find a good Chinese place anymore, I live kind of in the country here where I live in New Jersey, and it's a little bit different than the city living, you know. There's more stuff in the city. I mean, every corner has a pizzeria, every corner has a Chinese place, every corner has this. Not here, not here. I think like the four Chinese places, restaurants that are here, I think two might have shut down that are close to me, two shut down that are somewhat close to me. But we have one in town and it's really pretty good. Really pretty good. I mean, nothing's ever greasy. It's really good. And let's see. Okay, Tony, I am lucky I even found your channel. I suck at this YouTube stuff. Tony, that's okay. Thank you so much, Tony. I really do appreciate you coming in here, and I hope to see you again. Come back in again. I really, I don't do like I don't have like a schedule. You know what I'm saying, Tony? I don't have a schedule. I go on when I can, and I just really started this. I mean, I've been on YouTube for about 2 years, but this is only now my fourth live, and we actually had a live earlier. Now this is my fourth live now. So just watch out for me when you see me on the live. I hope you can make it. Whenever you can. Whenever you can. Just stop in, say hi, and if you want to talk about anything or bring anything up, and that's what I want to I want to tell everybody too. If there's a subject you would like to talk about, I have no problem with that. We can, we're all adults. We'll start a conversation. So that's okay. Tonight, it happened to be all about animals. That's what it was. Our pets, and stuff like that. So it was great. It was great tonight. I really appreciate it. Chilling with the realist, Mary B. Hey, Mary, how are you? Nice to see you in here. Thank you so much. Everybody, chilling with the realist Mary B. She's great. She's got a great channel, really fantastic channel, and I love her. She's great. She's down to earth, and she is how would I say this? She doesn't give up. She doesn't give up. She keeps going. She's strong, and she's very kind. She's a very kind person. Thanks for stopping in, Mary. I really, really appreciate it. Always great to see you. Always great to see you. Okay, Tommy2274. Tony, I am not that great on the internet. I only have my cell phone. I gave my ex the laptop. Okay, Tommy, a little bit of information. Mike F is saying hello to Mary. Tommy 2274. Thanks, Mikey. You're good people. Yes, Mikey is good people. Really good people. I would want Mikey in my corner any day of the week. Mikey, Mike F, Dean Do. You all know Dean Do's my number one. Dean Do is my number one and my bodyguard. But definitely, the gentlemen that I've become, getting acquainted with here are very nice gentlemen. Really, extremely great men. Okay, Mary is saying, I'm great, love. Just getting out of the bath and saw you live. Well, there you go, Mary. I hope you and your son are doing well. I hope your Thanksgiving was great. I did comment on some of your stuff. I saw you saw it. And oh my God, those pies in that oven. I almost could taste it. I saw those pies and I was like, oh my God, they look so good. My favorite. So, there's Mary saying hi to Mikey. Tommy 2274 saying hi to Mary. Mary saying hi to Tommy. And Mary saying yes, Thindu is my love. Yes, he is. He's my love too. Definitely 100%. Tony saying I will try and stop by as much as I can. Good chat. Good chat you got. Thanks, Tony, so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Well, like I said, whenever you can, just stop in and say hi. And guys, if there's ever a subject you would like to talk about, anything, we can talk about whatever you like. Mary's saying we are doing great. Thank you. We had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you had one as well. Yes, we did. My son and I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Mary, and I'm glad you did too. And Mikey saying, Tony, zero drama here, only good people. Right, exactly. That's right. Mikey saying, Tony, sub to Theme Deuce channel also. Yes, 100%. 100%. So, what do you think, Mikey? Should we wrap this up? What do you think, guys? We've been on for an hour and 32 minutes, and we were on earlier. And, Mikey, I have to learn how to do that. Like, I don't know how to get out of the chat to drop a link. So, I have to learn that. That's another thing I have to practice. I will figure it out. I will. Yes, Thindu and Vito the Pitbull. Tony, if you're still here. Thindu and Vito the Pitbull. And Mikey's reminding you that it's pretty much every day he goes on around 2:30. And he's a live show. So, Tony, that's it. Thindu and Vito the Pitbull. Every day at 2:30. Mikey's got the information there for you. Tommy 2274, thank you again, and everyone have a great night. Okay, Tommy's cashing out. Tony, yeah, I don't do drama at all. Exactly. That's right, Tony. We don't do any drama over here. When if it comes in, if drama does come in my channel at some point, we have the wrenches and they'll take care of it. I'm not even going to question anything. I just leave it up to them. But I just started, so hopefully that won't happen. But I think there's a possibility at some point down the road there could be, but we'll do our best to get rid of it. Okay, Mikey is saying TT getting tired, but it's up to you. Yeah, Mikey, I think I'm gonna cash it out. Tony, I will check him out. Thanks, Mikey. Yes, definitely. Okay, Tony, Mikey just dropped the link for you for Thindu. So there it is, and just hit it, and you can subscribe to him and turn on the notification bell. This way, you'll be notified when he comes on, and you can give him a shot. See if you like him. We all love him, so hopefully you will too. Okay, chilling with Mary is saying it's definitely exhausting. I try to stay. Whoops. I try to stay away from drama, but I don't have to defend myself on here. Exactly, Mary. When you're positive, people will come for you at some point. Right? Exactly. You too, Tony. Take care. God bless you and your family. Mikey saying, Tony, good to see you. And Tommy2274 saying, Mikey, have a great night. Okay, guys, I think it's a wrap. And we're going to cash the ticket in and we're going to call it a evening. And I really appreciate you being here. And it was a fantastic talk about our animals and how much we love them and how much we care about them. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all. Mikey, thank you for dropping. There's Chilling with Mary B. Mike F is dropping that. Thank you very much, Mike F. Yeah, sub to Mary B, please. She's really a great person. So give her a sub if you can. I would appreciate it. And thank you, Mike F. Thank you. Mary's saying thank you too. She's thanking you. Okay, everybody. Well, listen, you all have a great night. God bless you. Thank you, Mike F. Thank you, Mikey, my wrenches, for taking care of everything for me. I really appreciate it. And Mary, thank you for stopping in. And Tommy and Tony and Adam was in here before. He didn't come back. I think he said he was working. GDM, Paul, everybody who came in, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and God bless you. And I will see you in somebody's chat room more than likely tomorrow. If I get on, I probably will be on when Theendu is on tomorrow. I probably will get in Theendu's chat. Hopefully that will all work out. We'll see what happens. But again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you to my wrenches for, doing the work that I can't do on here. I haven't learned yet. I really appreciate you guys. God bless you all and have a great night. See you soon.